Hey you guys, what's happening today? Michael here from Long Island Architect, Indian lover, car lover, Indian motorcycle lover, car lover, and I wanted to present to you some ideas that I had about changing your handlebars on your Indian. I have a 2023 Challenger Elite, lucky enough to get one of the 150 that were made in 2023. This is an amateur video. I'm doing it on one shot. You're going to hear some noises in the background, my family, whatnot. Eagles game on TV, playing the Chiefs, weekend before Thanksgiving. Okay, so here are the stock Indian Challenger Elite handlebars. They're a wider grip, they're a little bit shorter as you can see, and they were very uncomfortable for me when I was riding with them. My arms were locked out, my wrists were out, and my forearms were almost parallel. So I have almost 3,000 miles on the bike now. I had to make a change. I thought if I gave it a few thousand miles and I got used to it, it'd be fine. But it never got better. So I swapped them out, or in the process of swapping them out, for these beauties. As you can see, much different, much more stylish bar, heavy duty. These are the Tab Performance Folsom Prison Bars plus 6 inches. They also come in a plus 4. These are the 6s, and they come in a plus 8. And in terms of scale, proportion, and the appearance, I decided to go with the 6s. You can see here, I've already restrung the cables through, and one of the purposes of this video is to demystify the difficulty that I've heard throughout the community about stringing the lines past this sharper acute angle, which I found to be not a problem at all. A lot of hoopla about nothing. So I'm going to demonstrate quickly on the older handlebars. Now clearly this curve is much smoother, but I assure you, when I show you how I fish the line through, I assure you it worked just as easy on the Tab Performance bars. You're going to see other videos where people get a string and a compressor and they blow the line through. I do have a compressor. I was going to try that, but I also thought that maybe this might be a much simpler approach. I didn't have to turn on my compressor, create all the noise. I had a couple of small washers on a yarn, maybe 6 or 8 washers there. And so I started at the top side, and I'm not rehearsing this. I'm just showing you how we go. Just drop them in that slot, and you'll see it goes through easily. And again, you have a curved surface, so maybe it's slightly easier, but that's about the same how it worked on the Folsom Prison Bars. So now when you have this through and you have your drag, now you have something to start. I wouldn't go with this yarn. I mean, it's perfect because it's nice and light and feed through easily. You probably could use like a mason string or something if you want to skip this step. But now in my garage, I had a piece of twine, a little like a nylon twine, and then I would put a knot on it, and then I would just tie these two together tight so there's a knot on both sides. I'm going to finish up this knot, and then instead of electrical tape, I use painter's tape because it's thinner and it's just as sticky for the short term. And then I would just tape this tight and kind of nose it out, making sure that everything held tight. Now the trick is, not so much with this portion, but you'll see, the trick is not to use too much tape. People say they get caught up in the bends, but I'm pretty sure it's because they're using too much tape. Okay, so you can see this noses out easily. So that's nosed out. You can kind of leave that like that or take it off, whatever. Now here is the trick. That's, so this is the sleeve. It's a nylon sleeve that Tab Performance provided with these bars. And I can demonstrate here is now the next step. Well, the next step really would be to connect these two. Now this sleeve, the purpose of this sleeve is it's got a hole in the middle, Put your finger in the hole, and now you can start to feed through. And now you can see how this beautiful nylon sheath will not only protect the ends of your cables, but also provide for a smooth pass-through. So getting back to here, do the same thing again. I have put a knot on this side, put that in the hole on this side, take a little piece of my painter's tape, not too much, a little before to help it nose out, a little bit after. And now this is the start, maybe with these frayed edges, because after a few uses, this edge gets frayed, so maybe I'll tape that up to help it nose out a little bit. And now you'll see, I'll be able to snake this guy through. And as this is snaking through, there it is easily. Now you have the whole way through, now you have this nylon. And I'll use this for an example. So here is the heated grip, which, by the way, and this is one of the main reasons why I'm here doing this myself instead of having my dealer do the work for me, is that when I went to the dealer, they told me that this heated grip needed to be cut off and I needed to buy a new one. And then, of course, the dealer would be entitled to an extra charge to reinstall the new one, more than just reinstalling the old one. I was frustrated by that and annoyed. And then I did research on the 2023, and I guess some of the older grips for the Challenger, are not this way, but the 2023 does have a set screw. So removing this grip did not have to be cut off. We didn't have to break any glue. We just had to loosen that nut. But so to demonstrate here on how we would fish through, you take your cables, you very carefully insert them into this sheath, again provided by Tab, and then you would tape this and nose this out, similar to we did the other. Now the key, I feel, if people have trouble doing this, I think the key to that trouble is because they're over taping. Because if you get black electrical tape and you want to tighten it, make sure, and you think that you got a good nosing and a good snug fit, well, the problem is with that electrical tape is that electrical tape doesn't bend. And that is what has been snagging people up, I feel, in this bend. Not so much that this cable is not flexible, because you can see it's very flexible, but if you put electrical tape on it and you overdo it, it's going to get stuck. So that was my finding. That's what I'm sharing with you. Don't over tape it. Go slow, relax, put the music on, and you see how quickly you can snake it through. Now, before I conclude, I just wanted to share with you the differences between the stock bar I expressed to you earlier. Remarkable, I'm 5'11". Remarkable to me that these bars would not fit me comfortably. I don't know who they're designed for. And I think the 2024 Challenger Elites have the same bars. Can't swear to that, but you guys might be having the same problem. But look at these Tab bars. I mean, they are just sharp. They're the 1.5" diameter. They're going to be beautiful. I know. I already test fit them, and I'm super excited to get them on my bike. But you can see the difference. I guess one way to express a difference in additional grip. So I take the center line of the bar in the center here to the edge of the grip here. It's 23 inches on the stock bar. If I do the same for the Tab Folsom Prison Bars, it's 26 inches. So I'm getting an extra 3 inches of overall length, but I actually think it's more if you overlay the one to the other. Looks like it's more like 4 inches or 5 inches, but these are the Folsom Bars plus 6. So that's my tutorial for the evening. I'm an amateur. This is a first take. It's going on as you saw it. So if I've made any verbal gaffes, that's it. I'm the Long Island architect. Love motorcycles, cars, and oddly enough, you won't see many of my buildings or my architecture projects on my YouTube channel just yet. But thanks very much, everybody. Thanks for watching, I hope this was helpful, and leave a comment or a like, and we'll see you real soon after the bars are installed, and we'll show you some more of the installation process as well. Have a great night.